Look for writing out of place. You spot a page inked with a conspicuously glossy sheen, suggesting ink far fresher than the original writing. Minuscule crease along the blinding hints at where this page was inserted, likely via magically means to blend most seamlessly. The text describes a debate between sages discussing the riddle of rings. Don't know the riddles, but you've heard of the riddle of rings as a sort of proverb elders mages tell the younger one. Though most forge-bound tell intentionally conflicting details of it to outsiders, so whatever meaning of it has is a bit muddled. You've heard soldiers joke that the riddle of the rings is a saying about the oft talked about but probably apocryphal forge-bound stuck with the duty of crafting rings all day. By common jest, the riddle is, how many rings does he make each span, and how many of those does he get to keep? Okay, discussing the riddle of rings, and one sage with the familiar name of Lantry is arguing that the riddle of rings posits that Kairos has already conquered the tiers. For if the sages speak the language of Kairos, Lantry reasoned, and use the currency of Kairos, then military conquest is an extraneous formality. Is this describing a real event? It's a yes, but not exactly as I recall it, though. I have written a lot of ink on myself. It was 425 and Sage Cavil was giving a lecture. Idiot. Oh god, my brain, work, please. Okay, that's 37 years since 388. Huh. Having recently returned from his expedition to observe the Forge-bound and their ways, at one point he discussed their teaching methods, so the riddle of rings came up as part of his lecture. At that time, I joked that the real riddle of rings aren't we already conquered? And I launched to a not entirely sober diatribe about Kairos' inevitable invasion and dominion. According to this, I gave a steering speech met with applause, heartily. I was hit in the head with an old scroll case and told to sit down, shut up, and let the scholars talk. Actual events vindicate your point of view. Why downplay that fact? Even so, this is not how it happened. You could correct the record. I could, and I will. I'll make a note to return to this until I know why this was edited as such. I just assume not tamper further. I think my nostalgia has been overtaxed for the time being. Let's get moving. I need to think on this a bit. Oh. Once you have gained access to the lower section of the bastard's wound, old walls, continue your search for the chronicle. Oh. Oh! Well, in this stance, Lances attack drain magical energy from their target, silencing them and lowering their magical skills. Wow. That sounds good. What do you do? That seems pretty good. Anyways, what's over here? Passages of Hours. Lances surrounds the target in a bubble of slowed time, slowing their actions and movement speed. That seems pretty good too. Movement, a moment of peace. Significantly increases the health restored by second breath and protected revived characters. And protect revived characters from damage for a short time after they are revived. 6 seconds. Wow. Not even doing anything with Quill. Okay, what are you at the end? Lantry orates the party's deeds, inspiring his allies and instilling terror in the hearts of enemies. Oh. Yeah. Grants additional spell slots. Okay. That works.
Right.
Interesting. Now, I didn't pass anything. Okay, so I essentially need to wait till I can actually go into the lower levels. I can't currently go into the lower levels just yet. Bit unfortunate, but unless Vampire, you returned. Okay, never mind. Unless, can I go down? Maybe? No, not really. Okay, yeah, so I suppose going down is gonna have to wait, maybe. We'll see, though. Oh, what's this? I already gone this way? Okay. Interesting. quick save here. Actually, we'll make a hard save. Now we'll leave. Here. On the subject of the spires. You remember your training under our Blood and Mark? I remember mine. Funny to think that you and I are about a century apart, but to the Blood and Mark, we are all children. I'm now the oldest of the court's children, and I've seen much in my time. It's probably for the best everyone assumes I'm old, harmless, and worth shuffling away in the archives. If I were to scrutinize too closely, I'm sure Tunon would find I've grown lax in my spoiled age. Part of why I am here, part of why I am where I am is that I've kept my head down. You appear to be doing the opposite. In some regards, this is beyond your control. You were chosen for the honor of proclaiming Kairos' edicts. To decline would have meant death, but to accept means to be placed on the stage for all to see. Most powerful weapon is not the edict, it her ability to hand us rope that we willingly use to hang ourselves. Never forget this. There are numerous questions nestled in your request. What is it you wish to know? Most. Focus your inquiry and I will answer as best I can. Inquire about edicts and their nature. Oh, that's Welby.
One moment,
So, about Lexine. Oh, that's all for now.
One moment. Of course. How can I help?
You're taking lots of notes. About what?
All kinds of things. My mind is old. Memory's a sieve. Keeping track of you. Noting what I hear of the war. Scribbling down reminders to myself. That sort of thing.
Are you spying on me?
Well, yes. If I'm worth my weight in tin as a craftsman of record, future generations will know of you. So yes, the Archon of Posterity sent me. You seem troubled by something that ought to be an honor.
Is it safe to be writing on your arms that much?
No, certainly not. But it depends on the ink I'm using. Too much cerulean and I can't sleep. But just the right amount and I can write all night. The red ink will give you swamp bottom if you drink it, but absorbed through the skin, it'll make you taste colors and smell music. Speaking of which, I should change out my tip. I use three kinds, sepia, cerulean, and a red that's never the same shade. My recipe needs work. I like having three colors, but they also provide different states of mind for writing.
Your ink sounds like fun. Can I try them?
I can't in good conscience poison you.
Then hand it over. I'll poison myself. I considered a lesson, a cautionary tale about wishing for things, a fatherly moment. Any of those work for you?
Oh, fine. The things I do to educate the youth. Here's how it works. The Reds give you a brief bout of synesthesia. Great for writing music. Cerulean can unhinge me a bit, but it blocks out the cramps and anxiety. My sepia ink is perfect for quiet contemplation. Also insomnia.
And plucking several ink vials from his shoulder, Lanchley looks at you expectantly. Let's try the... Hold on. Okay, so the red gives a brief... Great for writing music. Also, it blocks out the cramp. Let's try the red. He holds out a pungent vial before you, dipping your finger in the ink and rubbing the red pigment against your thumb. The sensation of flavor normally felt on your tongue surges through your hands. What? Burst of cherry and alcohol, but moments later the taste is quiet and warm. Oh my god, what the hell? Lantry. Apparently I got a drug farm rolling in behind me. The wind blows blue. The storm has bled, its foul rains have seeped into new roots across your body as your skin tingles with triangular pointed sensation. What happens when an irresistible force meets an immovable object? Nonsense, Rogless said. In such case, either the force is resistible or the object moved. Or it's just complete chaos and utter destruction. Anyways, Lantry chuckles, the hearty guffaws sounding green, leathery, and mildew to your ears. Burn away the clenched hand, and the bones will still clutch to the forbidden prize. The archive foretold its own demise. When preparations were made. Your fingers itch with a salty, rusty flavors, tasting at the air, feeling like 10 tongues. Is it possible that I'm Kairos and I've just forgotten? Wait, that's ridiculous. Lantry was right. This will ruin my mind. I mean, actually, I had that thought myself. Like, perhaps we are Kairos and... Anyways, cupping your hand to your forehead, your fingers are deafened by the smell of your voice. What? Smell of your voice boring through the muscles of your hand deep into the bone. Does Ash's Aegis protect Ash? Does the protection work the other way around? Is he protecting Kairos? Is it a zero-sum trick or a true power of warding? Seconds later, the sensation passes. Now you know why I have this awful habit of chewing on the business end of my remix. What's the cerulean ink like? No! What's the cerulean ink like? Anyways, I think about after that last bout, you probably had more than enough. He holds out a small vial. You put a small dab on your finger. Okay. Aside, your finger and taste the blue. A vicious fluid. Aside from chalky sensation on your lips, it seems to do nothing.
Feel anything?
Hold on. I'm reading these. Hold on. Did you know that legally speaking, my word is the same as Tunan's word unless the Archon contradicts my word? As a Fateminder, Rogless says the legal term for that is proxy decisions. Calio says the legal term is F you. I'm the law. What is Kairos' problem? Can't get off your damn throne and actually visit your subjects? How do we know Kairos isn't already dead? Or it's like a title that gets handed off to mother to son? It's been 3 years logging through the tears for this ass. And you know what? I don't really know if Kairos exists. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I am none of these. Like a double-edged sword. Why is that used as a like a double-edged sword? Why is that used as a simile for something that can hurt you when you use it? You don't actually hit your enemy, then yourself, then hit your enemy, then yourself, unless you're an idiot. I hope that saying doesn't catch on for the ages. It kind of has. Anyways, I like all 3 of these. Just random thoughts. That's pretty boring. Anyways, did you know? Okay, we're gonna go with 2. Did you know that legally speaking, my word is the same as No, actually, what is Kyros's problem? Can't get off your damn throne and actually visit your subjects? How do we know Kyros isn't already dead? Or it's like a title that gets handed off to mother to son. I spent 3 years logging through the tears for this ass, and I know, and you know what? I don't really know if Kairos still exists.
On second thought, I shouldn't be poisoning your young mind. That should wear off in just a moment.
Files in his pantaloons and turns his attention to writing notes on his sleeve. Hold on. No, we're going back in.
One moment. I am nothing if not a semi-reliable font of knowledge. What did you want to discuss? What would you like to know?
Hold the phone.
Of course. How can I help? All kinds of things. My.
Okay, here we go. I'd like I'll try the sepia ink.
Made from only the finest cuttlefish.
Lantry hands you a tiny ceramic vial, dipping a finger into the ink and tasting it. Your tongue is assaulted by the sour taste of improperly cleaned squid.
What do you think?
Ponder your place in the world.
I'd say it's working. Sit and enjoy that for a bit. It'll wear off soon.
Lantry places his vials. What? I don't actually get anything out of that. What?
What?
Hold on.
Of course. How can I help? All kinds. Made from only the What do you think?
Think back. There's the slightest shock at the touch of every metal, a tiny crackle and the smell of the storms. The nice part is the breeze you feel every now and then. The bad part is hearing thunder when you're trying to sleep. You were used, an instrument of the Overlord, a final gesture of a powerful spell that lingers in your ear. Sleep and quiet moments.
I'd say it's work. What? Of course. How can I help? All kind. Made from only the. What do you think?
Drool quietly.
I'd say.
Okay.
What? Of course. How can I help?
Know anything about the reason for it?
Lethian was a merchant, fearless one at that. Takes a rare breed of profiteer to risk settling a corner of the old walls.
Then we'll
These
get back to the
days,
potions.
settlement is bustling.
Then we'll get back to the
displaced war refugees are the
drugs.
reason for the crossing's recent growth.
Drugs are bad for you. Do not follow example of my character. Anyways.
Of course. How can I help? Oh. Made from only the. What do you think?
Look off into the distance.
I'd say.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay, well.
What? Of course. How can I? All kind. Feel anything?
Okay. Do you know that legally speaking, my word is the same as Dunon's word?
On second thought, I shouldn't be.
Okay. Word.
One moment.
I'm not becoming a. My character's not becoming a drug addict. What are you guys talking about?
Feel anything? On second thought.
Okay, it's the same thing.
Moment. Of course. How can I? Feel anything? Sounds about right. I had whole tomes of random thoughts written on cerulean. Perhaps it's for the best such writings were lost to the Edict of Fire. On second thought, I shouldn't be poisoned.
Okay. There's all that.
What?
So if we... Okay, now going back to this.
How can I? All kinds of things. My mind is so...
Okay, never mind.
Memories. I am nothing if not a semi-reliable...
Oh, damn it. Don't think I'm done yet.
I am nothing if not a semi-reliable font of knowledge.
Okay, so the sages...
What did you want to... I know everything, except for who's been saying that. What's on your mind?
Can you teach me something about history?
I'm flattered you think me that wise, but Unless you are enthralled by migration observations and titillated by triangle ratios, I think I'd bore you silly.
But what better tangent than triangles?
Ask me again when we're somewhere quiet. Maybe back at the spire.
Know anything about the Bane? A shame sage cloven claws was reduced to a pile of ash. Man knew all that's been written on the subject. Oh God. For once, I actually don't feel like going through all the dialogue. The ink stuff was fun. That was intriguing. No, I am not a drug addict. Right down you. Okay, so that was a bit pointless. How okay. Maintenance cost, nothing. Due in 3 days. Okay, I got plenty. But I think it's time we go ahead and do our thing. We'll go ahead and save game. And carry on to Sentinel Sand. Time to end a second edict, chat. Dying Skyblade. The Skyblade coughs a couple of times and clears her throat. We underestimated the forces of Kairos. You will too. I'm looking forward to helping them stamp the rest of you out. Why is that a thing? Why was that our only thing?
Of course. Trouble is afoot.
That was a bit. Oh wow. I'm just sitting here and just like, oh, they're dying. Ooh. Oh, Skyblade Javelin. Take that, thank you. Ironheart's shield, Harbinger's wing. Okay, yep, we don't. Like that's just gonna go into here. Boop. Up, back down, loot.
I am a shield wall unto myself. Time to change weapons.
From the record.
I guess that works.
Don't leave until you're dead.
Weird. No, get back here.
Time to change.
Run. Eric, do your thing. Boom.
I got it.
Okay, and
What is wrong with my weapon?
everything's wrong with
Shit.
the weapon.
Ready?
Come back here and die.
Travel before me.
Do, 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 do.
embarrassing.
What's embarrassing?
Damn thing could pierce claw.
Where are you at? Oh, you're right there.
I need to try a different weapon. Consider it done.
Damn thing could pierce claw.
Okay, well, okay.
Smashed to pieces!
Oh, thank you for your help, Fairybinder. What's going on? We've been cut off from our Lieutenant Rumalon. She said that she was trying to secure the bridge before they figure out how to push past the wind wall. He glances over his shoulder and frowns. The Unbroken won't stop until they've pushed our troops from the Sentinel's stand. They must know that we're close to breaching Kairos' magic. Back to the fray, then. Graven Ash protects. Yeah, Graven Ash protects.